Coming up on Lindenwood News, with the holidays right around the corner, all students are getting ready to celebrate and participate in all of their traditions.
Plus, with the longest government shutdown in United States history over, we'll talk about the people affected, and then another shutdown could be ahead in the future.
And we will take a closer look at one of Lindenwood's most anticipated philanthropy events.
Those stories and more ahead on Lindenwood News.
Of Lindenwood News. I'm Anna Rao.
And I'm Truman Griesel.
Reporter Regan Etnier is in the studio with us to talk about how international students shape the Lindenwood community. Regan?
Thank you, Anna. Lindenwood University is widely known for having a large amount of international students part of our campus of over 7,000 students in over 75 different countries. The large variety of different opportunities here are what make Lindenwood stand out from the rest. There are so many different cultures and holidays celebrated, and with holidays coming up, it is exciting to see everybody getting ready for those holidays. Whether everyone celebrates the same or different, it's such a great time for Lindenwood community to come together and get ready for the upcoming holidays. Lindenwood is home to many different cultures and ways of life, and it really shows during the holiday seasons. Now, back to the desk.
The United States government is back open after a record-breaking 43 days since the deadlock started. However, since it started, it affected everything from air travel to food assistance programs like SNAP. And with only temporary funding in place, there's a real question about whether another shutdown could be just weeks away. A shutdown that began on August 1st after Democrats in the Senate refused to back a spending bill that did not include an extension of federal health care and subsides. In the end, 8 moderate senators crossed the aisle saying too many Americans were suffering. They joined to pass a funding package even though it did not include the health care extensions Democrats fought for. President Donald Trump signed the bill, calling it a great day, but saying we can never let this happen again. Meanwhile, the impacts of this shutdown were widespread. Air travel was hit hard, with unpaid air traffic controllers calling in sick and airlines forced to reduce flights at more than 40 major airports. Even as the government reopens, the FAA says it could take days or longer for flights to fully return to normal. The SNAP program, which helps more than 42 million Americans, was also disrupted. Many families received only partial benefits as funding was frozen during the shutdown. With the government reopened, payments are expected to return to normal, but advocates warn even short interruptions can be devastating for low-income households. Economists say the shutdown cost the U.S. about $15 billion per week in lost productivity and delayed services. As for what comes next, lawmakers have until January 30th to agree on a long-term spending deal. If they can't, another shutdown could begin, and experts warn a second disruption so soon after this one could be even more damaging.
You may see them driving around on golf carts or walking around giving tours to potential students. We had the chance to get a first-hand experience of what exactly it is like to be a Lindenwood student ambassador, and we even got our own personal campus tour.
This is Sibley Hall. Our university was founded by Mary and George Sibley back in 1832.
We're like the first face that these students see, so it's really important for us to have, like a smile on our face, look nice, very approachable.
This is Romer Hall, home to our College of Education, but also a lot of general ed classes.
I think it helps having students give potential students a tour because they feel more comfortable asking us questions and like what our experience is like.
Every tour guide, they will have their version of their tours.
A lot of us like to call it Mount Romer, the stairs leading up to there, because there's no elevator and it hits really hard at 9:30 in the morning. It's horrible.
Whenever I had training, I would go on tours with the other ambassadors to kind of see what their style was, and they would always tell me like you would figure out your style once you've given your tours.
Finding the personal relationships and connections that I can make with people, something I value in life is just building relationships in general. So when I have tours come, I love to find their interests and see what we share and commonalities that maybe I can make at come to Lindenwood more or be a future friend.
Being a part of the office for the last 3 years, gonna be 4, I've been through a couple different groups of ambassadors, and every single time, like, we've all just hit it off so well. Like, my best friends that I made at Lindenwood have come from my job.
Larissa! Hello!
I've loved my job. It's been like the best part of Lindenwood for me.
The Lindenwood Student Ambassador team will be looking to expand and fill positions for the next school year. Applications will be opening in fall of 2026. One of Lindenwood's biggest and most buzzed-about philanthropy events returned last week. Date-A-Delt, the annual event hosted by the Delta-Tau-Delta fraternity, has once again pulled in a huge crowd, and all for a meaningful cause. It's a gala-style event, complete with food, laughs, and a packed audience, because at Date-A-Delt, the men of Delta-Tau-Delta aren't just dressed to impress. They're up for bid. The goal? Raising money for Breakthrough T1D, the fraternity's philanthropy partner that supports type 1 diabetes research and advocacy. I am currently here at the Date-A-Delt event. People are starting to arrive. The room's getting full. It's going to be a fun night. Tonight, the boys that are being auctioned off are going to answer a question, perform a talent, and then head out of the room to be auctioned off. And this year, the talents did not disappoint. From breaking boards, to performing magic tricks, to dance routines and live singing, the variety kept the audience entertained and the bids climbing.
At all, what a night. Even lightning bugs have dimmed their light.
This year we raised just a bit over $5,500, which is awesome. It really surpassed my goal. I was hoping for $5,000, and that in my mind was still going to be a stretch. But we kind of blew that out of the water and raised more than we did last year, which I'm really proud of the guys. We put in a lot of hard work for this event and did a lot of work, and it paid off, so it felt good at the end of the night.
Not only did the Delts raise an impressive amount, they also broke a record that night, with one member who raised $1,000 by himself.
It felt pretty good. It's awesome to know that it all still goes to a good cause. Yeah, it makes me feel pretty good. Broke what we think is the record, not 100% sure yet, for the Delt that goes for the most amount of money. But yeah, it feels pretty good.
With big talents, big laughs, and a big donation, the tradition of Date-A-Delt continues to shine as one of Lindenwood's favorite philanthropy events. If you or someone you know is interested in joining the Delts on their mission to support Breakthrough T1D, you can message them on Instagram or reach out to their president, Cody Heath.
Lindenwood men's soccer squared off against the Houston Christian Huskies in the Ohio Valley Conference Championship game under the lights at Hunter Stadium Saturday night, with a chance at hoisting the OVC Championship trophy for the first time ever and an automatic berth in the NCAA tournament on the line. Lindenwood advanced to their first ever championship game after taking down rival SIUE 2-0 last Wednesday to sit one win away from becoming the first Lindenwood athletics program to advance and play in an NCAA tournament at the Division I level. It was a slow first half, but in the 17th minute, Sebastian Serta with a nice tackle in the midfield gave Lindenwood numbers in transition. Luca Bartoni gave the ball back to Serta, who had a fantastic look on net, but pushed it wide left of the goal, keeping the game scoreless for now. The Lions' best opportunity of the first half came in the 36th minute when Leandro Heisler boomed one downfield, where Ethan Blake was able to run it down in the corner right before it crossed the goal line, before feeding it back to Alonder Suarez, who made a great move to get around one defender, fell down in the box, still not cleared. He then chipped it into the center, found Sebastian Serta, who slipped in, got the shot off, and put it just wide, keeping the game still scoreless in the first half. The game would go into halftime 0-0, but we pick up the game in the 48th minute after Henrique Peristrello picked up a yellow card on Lindenwood's bench. Quinn Connolly took the long throw-in, and it got cleared away by Houston Christian before it ended up with Luke Neely, who found Suarez on the near side, made a nice move to get into the box, and he fired across right to Bartoni, who slotted home the goal, giving Lindenwood a 1-0 lead. It was Bartoni's 7th goal of the season, and now Lindenwood was in the driver's seat to take home the win and the championship. We now go late in the second half. Lindenwood had stuffed many attempts Houston Christian had made to score the equalizer, but finally in the 86th minute, Heisler with a header, but it was stolen by the Huskies, and it ended up coming the other way. Ended up with Joe B. Reed, the OVC freshman of the year, who ripped a shot, but it was blocked by Roberts. Second attempt blocked by Roberts. No foul called. And finally, Lindenwood was able to clear it away and stay in the lead with just about 4 minutes left to play in regulation. Houston Christian, however, was not done yet, as with 2 minutes left from Lindenwood hoisting a trophy, D'Alessandro Herrera, the OVC midfielder of the year, found Ron Pressler, who put one in the box toward Ryan Okarai, who got a head on it. Roberts wasn't able to handle it. Reed comes through, pokes it through Roberts' legs, rolling toward the line, and in for a goal. Houston Christian tying it with less than 2 minutes to go at 1-2-1. Both teams now we pick it up in overtime. Lindenwood's best opportunity came. Josh Francombe ball to the far side with Alander Suarez. He dribbles into the box, but a great save made by Aitken, the OVC goalkeeper of the year for the Huskies. The game would remain tied through overtime as we now go to penalty kicks. And Chris Birch, Lindenwood's head coach, made the surprising move to go with Quinn Clausen. George Chandler up first for Lindenwood, and he slots one up top right for Lindenwood's first PK score of the match. Ricardo Garcia up first for Houston Christian, and it double doinks off both posts, putting Lindenwood in firm control in this one. Both teams would then trade PK makes, with Blake and Suarez netting home 2 for Lindenwood. We pick it up in the 4th round of PKs, where Gavin Cesar for Lindenwood runs up and slots it home. Now just needing a save from Quinn Clausen would win it for the Lions. It would be Okurai to take the penalty kick for Houston Christian with their season on the line. A slow run up, and it's blocked by Clausen. And for the first time ever, Lindenwood would be OVC champions and keep on dancing to the NCAA tournament, ending Houston Christian's season in the biggest of moments. Lindenwood would have 4 players named to the 2025 All-Tournament team, with Bartoni, Neely, Suarez, and Heisler taking home those honors, as well as Bartoni taking home tournament MVP.
Yeah, soccer's a funny sport, and we felt pretty good that we were going to get the job done. Regulation didn't happen. Give my guys a lot of credit, and especially our opponent. They were a wonderful opponent, did very well, fought to the end. But the resiliency of our guys are just unbelievable. They never give up, and we knew if it took 110 minutes or pens, we'd figure out how to be on top. Pretty awesome to be a pioneer. But I know with the administration and the athletic department how much they believe in our school and our university. There are going to be so many more moving forward. It's always nice to be one, but there'll be many following.
With the win, Lindenwood now squares off against a cross-state opponent in the Kansas City Roos in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The match will kick off today at 6 p.m. from Durwood Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, and will be streaming on ESPN+. If Lindenwood wins, they could advance to play the number 12-seeded Stanford Cardinals on Sunday at 7 p.m. That's it for this edition of Lindenwood News.
I'm Anna Rao. Thanks for joining us.